5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back into the Skol Experience. We got to have a big thank you to the man down below me, Minnesota Sports Talk, Dave, for making the intro. He has been absolutely grinding on graphics and new intros and stuff for the last week. That was fantastic. The second time I've seen it.
Isn't that good?
It hit just as hard as it did the first time. Dave, excellent work. Love it. Love the grind, man. Love the grind. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with it. I saw the smiles on your guys' faces when I was playing. So I'm
that's
pretty
cool.
That's all it meant for me, man. That's all it meant for me.
Sorry we were late. It definitely wasn't my fault.
Yeah, Jamie was trying to figure out how a pewter worked.
Yeah. I don't know. Ever since I've turned in AI, there's been some malfunctions going on here. AI. Hey, let me do some shout outs here. Gary's in the house. Actually, speaking about that right away, Gary, appreciate you, brother, with the $5 right off the bat. Before we even started here, let's go. Let's go. Dan's in the building. Joey Hawkins in the building. What is up? My Worthless Opinions in the building. Al Smith's in the building. It's showtime on the GG Sports Podcast. Absolutely. What else we got here? Gonna be a spicy one. Oh yeah, no doubt. There's gonna be a lot going on the last few days. Apologies for the late starts. All right, take your time. All good. Al Raymond Hoagland in the building. What's going on, dude? Who else we got in here? Mary's in the building. I just sent your card out, by the way, Mary. So you should be getting that in the next couple days. Thanks for popping in. Paul H is in the building. Let's go. And of course, just like every show, we got this one's actually, all right, not quite that level yet, but actually, let's see here. All right, we're going to give something a little bit better today. I don't know why I just grabbed it. The first one near me. So today we're going to give away this Justin Jefferson rookie card, which I am working on getting some Adrian Peterson rookie cards. But we're going to give away this Justin Jefferson rookie card. This is a Prism Justin Jefferson card. This is as good as a base Justin Jefferson card can possibly get. This is probably at least a $20 card right here. I don't know why. I guess we're not messing around today. Hey, we got Gary was already throwing money at us before we started. There's 10 people before we even clicked play. We were late today, so we're going to make it up by giving away this Justin Jefferson rookie card Prism. This is probably the best Justin Jefferson rookie card I've given yet on this stream specifically.
And I'm going to throw in this yellow box cutter.
Before we get into Vikings talk, though, I did see a couple comments. We do have the Minnesota Golden Gophers tomorrow night, 7:30, at home, beautiful Huntington Bank Stadium against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And we're going to start off a great season with a huge win. Ethan Kaliak-Manis is going to show us why he's the next great quarterback of Gopher football. Anyway,
first, our boy Skol TY in the building, $20. Skol TY, thank you, brother. Thank you. Great cash, homie. Thank you, dude. Time for regular season to start, boys. Let's go. Hey, week and a half. Week
from tomorrow till the opening game when the Lions get absolutely destroyed by the Chiefs.
Yeah. Hey, Digits, what's going on, Digits? What's going on? Who else did I miss in here real quick before I move on here? Skol for Life's in the building. What's going on, Skol for Life? There's someone else. I know I missed someone. Where is it? Oh, we got Justin in the building. Y'all on some CP time tonight. There's Skol TY. I missed some of these comments in the back. I said hi to Paul. What is up? Again, one more time. I just want to say one more time. The Justin Jefferson Prism. This is at least a $20 card. This is one of the best Justin Jefferson base cards you can possibly get. Hashtag Skol in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to both these channels if you haven't already. Us, GG Sports Podcast, and Dave with Minnesota Sports Talk. Appreciate you all so much. Hashtag Skol. Comments. Like the video. Definitely like the video. How many likes do we got so far?
I'm showing 7 on the GG Sports Podcast, and
I just know that's not enough. So let's get them likes in here. We
got the GOAT, Gus Johnson, calling the Gopher game tomorrow night. Love to see it.
Dave. What up, Dylan? What up, Christopher? Yeah, that is the Taco Bell chime in the intro.
Yeah, it definitely is. Taco is definitely Taco Bell.
Dude, everybody's
I
gonna
literally looked up Taco Bell chime, and that's what I used.
Everybody's gonna go straight to Taco Bell after every one of these shows now.
That's it. That is going to be the Skol Experience's first sponsor. We're going to get Taco Bell.
Taco Bell sponsors. Taco Bell, if you're watching
Pull some random shit clips together, and like it worked. I don't know.
Pretty soon,
what up?
We're gonna be going on at like 2:30 in the morning, so that all the people that love to enjoy Taco Bell after a nice night at the bar, it's gonna be great.
Right? We're gonna have a midnight show.
Hey, what up, Rap? What up? Got them hashtag Skols one more time, just because this is a big card. Again, Justin Jefferson Prism, this is at least a $20 card. This is one of the most expensive Justin Jefferson rookie cards you can possibly get. Hashtag Skol in the comments, like the channel, subscribe, all that good stuff.
And this HDMI adapter.
And the box cutter. And the box cutter.
And a box cutter. And if you're lucky, these blue scissors.
Hey, we got some good ones tonight. So anyways, let's get on to the actual show here. Obviously, us together, we haven't really been able to talk about the roster and the cuts and the keeps and all that stuff. So I guess let's just start with that. What is all your guys' biggest surprises after that? I guess after that initial roster cut, and then obviously with the couple we've made today and pickups today and all that kind of stuff.
I thought it was interesting that Reagor made the roster and then a day later was released. I think that they just wanted to give themselves a little more time to maybe find a trade partner. Whether there was significant interest or not, I really do think that was the plan. And when they couldn't, I think they decided it was just I mean, like we had all kind of known, him and Powell had too much overlap. So I think at the end of the day, their best bet was to move on from him, keep Powell on this roster. And hopefully, I think if someone signs him, some of that money that is guaranteed to Reagor, we do get a discount on, but I think it's pretty minimal. Like, I don't think we'll be saving much, but at the end of the day, if they, it didn't work out here, but pretty a low risk trade to bring him in, try him out, didn't work. And now you move on and it is what it is. So that's the one that was a little bit surprising to me. Outside of that, Jawan Williams was the one that I kind of was shocked about. Somehow we were able to get him out of the practice squad. I'm kind of surprised somebody didn't snag him, but yeah. But otherwise, like, I mean, the 6 safeties is a little bit shocking, but I think, they do have some hybrid corners on the safety depth chart. So maybe that was part of the reasoning as well. I do still think another vet will be added, but I don't know. Those were kind of the main things that stuck out to me.
That's next, Gary. That's next.
Yeah.
And this lens wipe.
Hey, actually,
we're giving stuff away tonight. But hey, just to piggyback off of that, it really looking like we probably leaked that we're getting trade interest for Reagor, because if we would have got a pick, we would have did it, right?
Right.
Or he doesn't want the 7th round pick, and then hey, we may not be able to get a guy we want to put on our team. Then we'll be settled with Reagor. But I don't think that. I think they probably had plans. They needed to bring someone on, onto the team anyways. Reagor made the most sense. He's going to get picked up. He's not passing through waivers, I don't think. He's fine on the team. He looked good in preseason, and someone could use speed and someone could probably use a punt returner. It's just that Brandon Powell was a better punt returner than him. There was 4 punt returns, 2 were muffs, and the other 2 were 2 for 18, and that was Powell. In that 9-yard average, that's not bad. So,
hey, we got Skol Mafia with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you, Skol Mafia. Let's go. 10 days. 10 days. That's 10 days for the home opener, right? 10 days for home opener, 9 days for Skol Fest? Or is it 10 days for Skol Fest and 11 days?
Kirkle wakes up dripping like this.
There you go. Let's
go.
Obviously, Timothy Slack dropping some of the other news that did come out today that Kene Wangu was put on the injured reserve. I believe that was the move that was needed to get Quisenberry on the roster.
David, son of Dan Quisenberry. I don't know. I don't think it's his son, but hey, David Quisenberry, backup tackle, who has a story where he 6th round pick. He had cancer, missed 2 years of football, lost 50 pounds, came back, had 50 starts under his belt. So hey, good guy. Good guy to have on the team, and we kind of need it, right? We need some. He's going to be a backup tackle. It sounds like. I don't think it's a guard, but we need someone there that's had some experience.
I think I did see he does have that tackle guard flexibility though, but
does
better
he?
tackle.
That's good. That'd be really
someone
good.
said he was a really good run blocker, not great as a pass blocker, but at the end of the day, you're just getting veteran depth, so it's kind of all you're looking for.
It sounds like he played a little bit of guard last season.
Did he?
I think.
Okay.
I believe that's what it was. I think he's generally a tackle that they've put into the guard spot for however, like a handful of games or whatever. AJ, what up, dude? What is up? Timothy Slack, we already talked about you, but what's going on, dude? We didn't get to say what's up. And then let's go Skull for Life Barber 1975.
Hey, you got a profile picture. Change it up. Got
Let's
JJ
go.
on there
Let's
now.
go. How pumped are you to get Jackson Villain? Yeah, so I mean, I guess I'll talk real quick about just this whole 53-man roster thing. And again, I think I agree with you guys on who you guys thought were kind of the surprises. It was kind of surprising to see Jalen Reagor get cut. I was surprised. Obviously, we kind of knew during that last preseason game when Powell didn't play that Powell's definitely going to make this team. And we kind of always thought, oh yeah, dude, let's go. $10. My worth is opinion. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we appreciate all of you guys tonight. Hey, what up, Mateo?
Hey, we gotta give him that.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
There you go.
Dave, you gotta get.
I don't have my dance music on here, do I?
You gotta get a special one from when your channel members give you tips.
I do.
There you go.
It's $1 million.
Let's go. Anyways, the whole Reagor thing was interesting. Like you guys, or like we were saying, it did seem pretty obvious that he wasn't going to, or no, it was kind of seemed obvious that we were either going to go with Brandon Powell or Jalen Reagor, even though we had Jalen Reagor on the rosters initially, but now we are down to 5 wide receiver, right? I'm correct about that now, right? 5 wide receivers on our roster right now, and 4 tight ends, which is very interesting situation, which also wants me to bring up, what's his name? What was our 5th tight end name again?
Ben Sims went to the pack.
So, I mean, if he got picked up, Nick Muse absolutely would have gotten picked up for sure. So, I mean, hey, props to Quezzy, and Gary brought it up already about the practice squad. Props to Quezzy. I mean, every single player that we would have thought that maybe could I
think Sims might have had a chance of getting on the practice
I thought he would have, but for all the other players that we thought were surprise cuts, they all made it onto our practice squad. So
the ones we really wanted, right?
Tristan, that's perfect. Can you zoom in on that, Al?
Let's see. It's let me zoom in on the entire tweet, but not the picture.
So Alan Ali, KJ Colden Jr., who kind of had a rough game last time, Sheldon Day, Lucky Jackson, then Tristan Jackson. So that's a big one there. Dwayne McBride. We didn't see a lot of them. I wouldn't have been super surprised if someone gave him a chance maybe. But yeah, I mean, it's nice that we did get him on our practice squad. TJ Smith, I thought he had a really good final preseason game. So I was a little surprised he made it on there. Yeah. TJ Smith, I thought he did. I thought he did. I mean, his name was
really bad second game though.
Was he? But yeah. His name was called 2 or 3 times in that last game. I'll
give you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
All right,
I just wasn't a TJ Smith fan.
I thought he played good in that last game. I'm surprised. What is it? How do you say that? His name is Thayer Thomas.
The Muff Master Thayer Thomas.
I'm actually a little surprised we ended up putting
Captain Muff.
Yeah, and then
he had a couple nice reps at receiver.
Yeah, he looked good at receiver, but oh my God, he cannot punt return.
No.
Louis Villain, he obviously was one of the better players on defense during the preseason. So for him to actually I didn't think he would make our practice squad.
He looked like the best player on the field in that first game of the season.
Yeah, he did. And then this last game, Benton Whitley also
looked good too.
Yeah. So
and it was kind of weird with Whitley because Ben Lieber called him out before the game and said, "Here's a guy to watch." And sure enough,
that was
Ben
funny.
Lieber knows what he's talking about.
And because of that, I started watching him, and he was right.
And then Jalen Williams, that's a Raps guy, I believe, right?
Yep.
So
Williams gang.
Yep, the Williams gang.
Williams gang.
Yeah, we're Williams gang now. Pace is obviously graduated.
Pace is
he's just
he's there.
He's on the team.
He's a starter now.
Yeah. And then Joanne Williams, I was really surprised he made it because, I mean, he has been solid, and I'm glad we have him. So that's good depth just in case one of these if we need to bring someone up, I feel confident to bring Joanne Williams up at least, especially from his size standpoint. It's always nice.
Well, it's good to have a backup with experience.
Well, I mean,
he was a second-round pick, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. You do got to feel that there's still got to maybe be one more veteran ad at corner. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's enough.
No,
I really wanted King from the Texans. He's
Desmond
on somebody's
King?
practice
Desmond
squad.
King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a smart. I watched some videos of him and doing breakdown. He was interviewing, doing film breakdown. Such a smart player.
Yeah. Also, Darius Rush. I think he was a guy that was supposed to go in like the 3rd round. He got picked in the 5th round this year, and he didn't make the team, and he already signed with someone else. But I was like, hey, that could be, obviously at this point we probably need more veterans presence in that room. But I was like, I mean, get a guy that was supposed to be a 3rd round rookie for cornerback could be worth it.
Yeah. What are we gonna call our 6 tight end set? Our 6 safety set on defense? I think we're going to invent a new name for it, right? Because there's the nickel, there's the dime. Is it the fat dime? I don't know.
That's a good point. Like playing 3 safeties a lot.
Well, only 5 will probably be on the active roster, probably. But
right.
Hey,
yeah, I mean, we're going to see a lot of 3 safety sets for sure. Like
speaking of 3, we did need a 3rd running back after placing Kene on IR today.
Point.
So this morning, first kind of like the first signing, 7:15 is when I had saw it. Minnesota Vikings signed Myles Gaskin, former running back of the Miami Dolphins. It's not
a splash signing, but
right. It's not like you're expecting this guy to come in and take over Madison's job or anything. But solid season. He's played for 4 years. His middle 2 seasons were his best 2. 584 yards, 3 touchdowns his first season on the ground, as well as 388 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving. Then in 2021, his best season, 612 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. 234 yards and 4 touchdowns receiving. So,
and remember, this team 2 and 3 years ago, but he was the leading rusher on the team. Last year, it was just I don't know if he was hurt or whatever, but barely had any production. But he was the leading rusher 2 and 3 years ago, and Brian Flores was his head coach.
Yep, that's another big thing as well. So Flores, I'm sure Flores had a say when they're looking at who to add for veteran depth. But again, that's all he is veteran depth. I mean, we're expecting Madison to have a great year. We're expecting Ty Chandler to step up and do what he did in the preseason. So, I mean, it's good to have a guy with experience as your 3rd running back. There's nothing wrong with that. And if Ty Chandler isn't quite ready for more snaps, then you put Gaskin in there and see and give him a shot. So yeah, I think it was a good signing, and
He's an all-around type of running back.
Not exciting, but it's a good depth piece, and we needed it. And we'd been looking at depth at running back, for the last couple of weeks, bringing in guys like Kareem Hunt. So obviously there was that feeling that we need to add another back to the roster, and Gaskin's
we're definitely feeling
experience.
Here's my thought why we didn't go at a Kareem Hunt and we went after this guy, because we feel so good about Alexander Madison and Ty Chandler.
Yeah.
Is why I feel like we went and got a guy that is just going to be that guy. We may even, because, Kenny could come back right after week 4 and then we don't need him, or he could stay on the 53 in some capacity, not be a game day start. But anyways, I think that's why, is because we didn't want to put a Kareem Hunt, because you get a Kareem Hunt, you're going to he's going to be our 3rd. He's going to be in the mix with Alexander Madison. Ty Chandler's not going to get any carries. I think that's why, and we like those 2 guys. So we just needed another guy in there, and he can catch the ball fine.
Yeah,
he's not fast. He ran a 4.58.
Right.
But he's it's a little below average. But the 3rd down capabilities of him are going to be fine. He's a very reliable receiver.
Yeah, and I almost feel
41 catches one season.
And I almost feel like with Kareem Hunt, that they kind of mentioned that he's holding out for the right deal. So my guess is when they brought him in here, they probably talked to him like, you're going to be a, 2nd running back on this team. We're not going to pay you a lot. So I do think that's part of the reason why he did leave without a contract. But like you said, I think there's going to be much less pressure to get Myles Gaskin on the field than there would be if you had Kareem Hunt on this team.
Yeah. Quick here. What's up, Lester Loomis? And we also got JJ Vikings in the building. What is up, JJ? Hawking, hey, thanks so much for the cards, Uncle Jamie. Absolutely, JJ. Absolutely, man. we'll get you some more cards too in the future for sure. Hey, Uncle Dave. Hey, Uncle Casey.
What's
up?
What's up? What's up? What's up, Papa Gary? Let's go. Let's go.
JJ Vikings. How's the Madden game been going? I see you've been hitting that pretty hard on your channel. I have yet to play it.
Yeah, you liking Madden? But bro, how was school today? We got some. There we go. We got catching up on the comments here. One thing about Gaskin I want to say is because I liked Gaskin when he started for Miami. And he looked really good. Like it was obvious the Dolphins felt good enough about Gaskin that they were really pushing for him to be the starter for that team. And he just kept getting injured. That's one thing about Gaskin. He's been kind of injury prone so far. So that's why he hasn't played a full, if you look at his stats, he hasn't played his full games. It is because of injury. And
my best friend's a Miami Dolphins fan, and he thinks, he thought really highly of him and was like, tough cut. Someone needs to pick him. You guys gonna pick him up? He's like telling me, and like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think that's a solid. I think that's a solid pickup for a third running back. I think you got a guy there.
Third running back.
If something happens to Ty Chandler and Madison, we can feel good enough for Gaskin to come in and do something for us, which hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but at least.
Who's that running back we had a while back that always came in
on
like 2-minute drill? It was a veteran. He was fast. He used to be a Lion.
How long ago?
Just a few years ago. We had him like 3 years ago. We had him for a couple years. It was running back. He got drafted with the Lions. He was expected to be really good. Well, and he ended up being like our third down back. And that's why I kind of think maybe this will be that guy where he's got 5 plays and then he's in the 2-minute drill. That's kind of the way I felt about it. Although I really want Ty Chandler to be in that role. So who knows?
Yeah, which I think Ty Chandler showed a lot in these preseason games. So I think we're going to see a lot of him because I do think that I don't think it was Asiata. No. We had what's his name?
Asiata was like
that was a while ago.
2-3 yard touchdown guy.
And hey, the purple heel Dave, what's up? No, who was John? It was K Johnson for the Lions. Kerryon Johnson.
I don't think we ever him.
For some reason, I thought we might have, but I don't think we ever actually played him. Like maybe he had a chance with us or something.Maybe not. I might be wrong on that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
We have to think about it. So outside of, the Gaskin thing, I thought that was definitely a solid pickup there for us. What do you guys think is next? Do you think there's going to be any bigger moves, any other positions? Like we already kind of mentioned that cornerback situation. Amir Abdullah. Yeah.
He was like our 2-minute drill guy.
Yeah,
2-minute drill guy.
Right. It was Abdullah.
Absolutely.
I don't have to keep Googling
it.
I would like to see corner and offensive line depth is kind of what I'm.
Do you think we go after another wide receiver, or do you think we just stick with the 4 tight end, 6 wide receiver thing?
5 wide receiver
or 5 wide receiver. Can never get those right.
I mean, I guess who else would you really grab at this point?
I don't even know. I have to
I'm fully on board and a big fan of Dalton Reisner now. I sat and watched this masterclass of pass blocking, and I learned over this past week of something called independent hands. I feel so smart now, and I feel like an expert, and I'm going to pass my knowledge on to you. No, I'm kidding, but independent hands. Some of these offensive linemen that are great pass blockers will put one hand on a guy as he's coming in first, and then if he gets it cut down or chopped, he puts his other hand on him, and then he brings the other hand back, and then he keeps both hands on him, and he is a master class of that. And that's why I'm like, this guy should start for us the next 5 years or 4 years or something like that. He's 29, but
right,
he could start into his early 30s for us. And that's why I'm thinking, make the investment. This guy's an awesome pass blocker, and especially if you're planning on re-signing Kirk Cousins and you want to keep him healthy in his old age.
Yeah, it's just weird that we haven't done it yet. It's weird that we haven't done it yet. That's where I'm like, if with the whole Reisner thing, like I'm definitely down with that, but that's what we've been saying pretty much this entire training camp, this entire month of August.
But now it's official. I've said it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, now it's out there. Yeah.
Well, I was like, ho hum, no problem. We're trading a pass blocker for a run blocker, vice versa. And I'm like, but no, he's that good at pass blocking that is going to make a big difference. And honestly, in the highlights and stuff, he ran block just fine, and he's very mobile, and he's got a motor. He's one of those guys, is someone breaks a run, he's right behind him trying to catch up just in case he's going to do another block. He's that guy, and that's why I'm a big fan now.
Well, and I think Reisner wants a legitimate starting gig as well, which we'd bring. I think the plan was we'd bring him in for competition, where I think he just kind of wanted to come to a place and just get that plug and play starter spot.
And now, if that's the case, let's see how long he waits to sign a contract, because if we go in that first game, hopefully with still the W, but Ed Ingram is not looking much improved, or Ezra Cleveland should still be a tackle. Maybe after that game, they just go and pull the trigger on Reisner and make him the starter right away. Because we can't have it's like, we're all hoping that Ed Ingram steps up and can be that guy, but that for the limited amount of time we've seen in preseason out of him, it wasn't looking great. We were hoping to see bigger strides than that. So we'll see what happens when he's, has Brian O'Neill on the other side of him. So I don't know. So Kirk Cousins can't just be getting destroyed like he did in the quarterback documentary. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. But I'm still hoping there's a chance we can get Reisner. And I want to see us to go get a legit guard too. So far we've added what's his name?
Quesenberry.
We added him to the 53 and then picked up another tackle that I think is going to the practice squad. Mm-hmm. But we haven't got any actual real prototypical.
Yeah, we signed Akeem Adeniji, Henry Bird, and Tyrese Robinson.
Oh yeah, I know all of those guys. I watch all their tape. I watch all their tape long time ago. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
But I think
this
I
one,
don't know. It's tough. Like we're looking at it thinking they need to make moves here, and here. Like you can't go into your season thinking these guys we have are going to suck. Like you have to go into this year thinking Ed Ingram's going to step up, Ezra Cleveland's going to learn in year 2 of the offense, and if those two make marginal improvements, that's going to help Bradbury in the middle. So I don't know. I think it really does feel like, at least for the first couple weeks, this is the group they're going with, and then if things deteriorate from there, then maybe they'll look into making a move. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think, obviously we'll know a lot after the first couple weeks of the season about how this offensive line is going to look, and if we really do need to make a move.
I'm putting Mateo back up. Don't stop fighting me. Here we go. Here you go, Mateo.
Great cash, homie.
But no, we need this one for you.
Big Kirko wakes up dripping like this.
There we go.
No, stop it.
You can switch it.
Hey, again, everybody, Justin Jefferson Prism. This is a good card. This is one of the best. This is the best Justin Jefferson base card you can pretty much get. Hashtags go in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Both channels to have a chance to win this card. GG Sports Podcast and Minnesota Sports Talk.
This Jordan sticker I got out of my shoebox.
That's actually pretty nice.
Out of my shoebox.
Oh, Sarah's in the building. Yeah, Sarah. This is the best Justin Jefferson card I've given on these live shows. Other than that one that I believe you already won. The one that you won was the best I give. But this is a good one.
Skol Mafia is definitely right here, actually. Like week 2 against Philly, that's when we're going to see what this interior offensive line is made of.
Bob Swede's in the building. Michael O's in the building. Let's go.
Hey, Sarah, how much we owe you if you make a shirt for us? Put that in the chat, and I'll let you know if I can afford it. It's going to be an expensive trip for me.
I feel that. It's going to be fun, though. I can't wait. Absolutely. Week and a half. We'll be framed on my wall. Let's go, Mary. Yeah, you got a good one, too.
Oh, by the way, if you guys want a card from me, and I know Gary did, I sent those out today. I finally got up off my ass and went to the post office.
Nice. So what else? What else we feeling off season or moves leading into the season? I mean, I don't think they're done yet. Just 'cause, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to make any
I
more
don't know if
additions.
they'll make any big moves.
Well, no, I don't think they're.
Like,
I mean, 'cause I think,
not super big, but I mean,
because here's the thing, right? And everyone's talking about all these guys we could have
what,
got,
Nano?
and like all these like the signings we could have made, and even players that were that we eventually got rid of as well, and like we were thinking, oh, they're gonna get scooped up where they can make it on the practice squad. Like usually these guys that are getting let go, like they're not gonna come in and be like significant. Like they're not gonna come in and be top line starters. Like there's a reason that these guys are on waivers in the first place, right? So like, I mean, I don't think you can expect any splash sign. Like any signing you see is going to be just depth at this point. So people that are upset that we're not getting these guys, it's like they're, I mean, yeah, every team needs depth, obviously, but just some of the hatred for Quasi, who I still think the plan is in place here. Like I think there's something. I think he's got things figured out. I think there is a plan here, but like, I don't know. I just don't see the big deal with these waiver claims. Like it's all depth. It's all depth.
Yes. That's to Yes. Yes. Awesome. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. And so we'll see. There's going to be some smaller moves, probably nothing too crazy, but that kind of leads us into, I know we're a week and a half early, but why not just, dabble into this Tampa Bay game that all of us are going to be at. Most of the chat's going to be at, should be all the chat. And I assume everybody in the chat will make it to one of these Skol Fest eventually. So what are we thinking? What are we worried about? What are we excited about in this game against Tampa Bay? What are you worried about the most in this Tampa Bay game?
I'm worried about their defense. I mean, because like let's be honest, like they still have a pretty solid defense. They still have some really good pieces there, like Antoine Winfield Jr. out of from the Gophers. But otherwise, like I'm partially concerned. Like Baker Mayfield, he's shown some flashes in his career, but I'm more concerned about Mike Evans and Chris Godwin against our corners, and not really Murphy. I'm more or less worried about whoever they're gonna put on the other side with Evans and Blackman if he ends up starting, because those two are still pretty unproven. I think they'll have good years under Flores, but for the most part, they're pretty unproven. So that's the one that's going to concern me the most. I think is just seeing, because I mean, Mike Evans, is he getting up there in age? Sure. Is he as fantastic as he what he was early in his career? No, but the guy can still go up and get it. And Chris Godwin is still a really good receiver as well. So
yeah,
I think that's going to be the part that's really going to be intriguing to me.
It's going to be a big test for those cornerbacks right off the bat in week 1, which are going to need it because it's not going to get easier in week 2 against A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Luckily, you're against Baker Mayfield, who at this point is as journeyman as it gets. He's made
but he's still,
enough journeys in 1 year.
But he still has some talent there. If like any quarterback, if he has time, then watch out.
That's one thing to look forward for the Vikings, though, is what to see our starters with the Flores system.
Right. And I think, isn't Tristan Wirfs out for the year too? Am I remembering that right?
Let me look. That's actually a good point. I thought something happened too. Let's see here. Oh, nothing.
Hey, Sarah, I put my email address in the chat. Email me and we'll arrange a cash app so I can get you money for that shirt.
I do think he has some sort of injury. I don't know. Oh wait, the Buccaneers. No, that's from last year.
Maybe he doesn't. I had thought
he if he does, maybe it wasn't anything significant. So we probably are expecting to see him in that game.
Yeah, which
I mean, they still do have a solid. I mean, he's really good, but they still have an offensive line. I mean, they still have a pretty good team. You just have Baker in there instead of Tom Brady, which is a big difference.
Yeah,
for sure.
Slight downgrade.
Yeah, slight downgrade. So that's why it feels like going in this game, I feel like the Vikings should definitely win this. Obviously there still is a ton of talent there, but I don't know. I just feel like our offense should just be
our
offense.
People forget that they lost some coaches after that Super Bowl win, right?
And they didn't play that great last year either.
Well, and I'm not a huge fan of Todd Bowles as head coach either. I think he's a good defensive coordinator, but not a great head coach.
Yeah. Yep,
So,
agree with that.
yeah.
I think we really got to show out that first game, because if we don't, even if we win by a little bit, people are going to be like, that. Here we go again. But piggyback off of Casey talking about how people are down on Kwesi. All right, so Kwesi hires our what might be our forever coach. We
Hope
win
so.
13 games,
Right.
and now it's year 2.
Yeah.
And we were over $20 million negative in the cap, and we signed 15 free agents. And
Right.
I don't know how we did it.
Well, and the part that
And he's kept 13 out of 16 of his draft picks on this team, and
Right.
we got 3 UDFAs to make the team this year. So
but I mean, all the hate for him comes from the drafting and the cuts that we made. But like the drafting, sure, like that's but as I say with the draft class, you need a few years before you can actually sit and look at it and be like, was this a good draft class or not? So that is what it is. But
well,
like,
and you look at this, but look at Addison, look at Blackman. I said before I knew anything, and I called for Blackman to be starting. It looks like he's going to be our nickel. I was wrong. I thought he'd starting outside, but I said if Addison and Blackman start, this is a home run draft class. And I feel like we got wide receiver 1A and 1B now for a few years, hopefully. And then we got Blackman, who looks like he's going to be a long-term player for us. Right. So knocked it out of the park. And then Ward.
And then Ward looked good.
Yeah,
and then Jaquelin Roy looked good in that last game.
Absolutely.
And then like, not to mention Ivan Pace Jr. as undrafted free agent.
You're looking like in last year, Awesome was going to start. We got a starting right guard out of that. He's in year 2. Hopefully he's fine.
Have been huge.
Booth and Scene were injured last year, and then they're year 2, and they're finally getting to see the field. And what happens? Brand new system, and they have veterans ahead of them. They have really good veterans ahead of them. Evans last year, he's our starting corner. People are down on these draft classes, but we didn't have too many picks, right? And he's hit on some deeper picks, and Ty Chandler, Jalen Naylor, our number 2 running back, our number 4 receiver, picked in the 5th and 6th round. I mean, I'm not throwing Kwesi out, come out of a 13-win season, and actually the draft. We're a little worried about the first 3 picks in the first draft, but there's some good things that happen, especially Pace, man, and Najee Harris, making this team.
Or Najee Thompson.
Najee Thompson. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got a Harris.
But then like
Pittsburgh's running back.
But I think everybody wants to be upset with the cuts too. Like people are mad about Luigi Villain.
That's the only guy I think though.
And they're all on the practice squad.
Well, that's the thing. People are mad about Tristan Jackson. They went through waivers. 31 other teams said, "Nah, this guy he's not worth it. Put on our 53-man roster." So
he was UD. And here's the thing: everybody wanted Tristan Jackson, right? And they all complain about 2 guys getting hurt last year. One breaking his leg, and then Boo Jr. getting hurt all the time. Tristan Jackson was on the IR the entire year. Yeah. He got hurt in preseason and didn't play a single down.
Right.
But now he's all of a sudden going to be this. But he looks good. I agree with you. I said this when they first got drafted or UDFA'd. I was like, this guy can play, and I think he's a receiver in the NFL for a few years, and for a decent career. And he looks like it. He looks like it to me. Good hands.
And then
what up, Sirius Larry?
And he's a big time leaper too, by the way.
For sure. And then
38-inch.
But it's that thing though, where everyone's like in the draft, like I like this guy, I like that guy in the draft. Why are you cutting this player that I like? It's like, well, guess what? We're not making the decisions. That's his job to make these decisions. If he likes a guy better than you like a guy, it's his draft. It's just I always like I get it. Everybody should have an opinion. You feel passionate about players, and you should like the idea behind. Like you should always look into these players and see who you would like your team to have. But at the end of the day, we would like our team to have these guys. Our likes do not match up with what Kwesi has, and we can't. I mean, you can have opinions,
and the
but
coaches
to sit there and be
involved.
like, you don't know what you're doing is to me. I'm just like, guys, come on, like let the guy do his job.
The coaches are involved too, right? Like they have a say in this,
and he has a mess to clean up here.
So here's the credit I give him. Outside of all the money issues that he's made it to where in 2 years from now we're going to be awesome in cap space, but the fact that he made a decision and only kept 8 linemen and didn't keep some junk player on this 53, and we lose another guy. But he's able to get the guys we thought were really good onto the practice squad. But again, back to pace and all that. But making the decision to put Muse on the 53, I think was gutsy. I think it was really gutsy because 4 tight ends. What? People are probably gonna crapping on him for that too. Nick Muse looked great, and he now can run block too. This guy's gonna be on our team for a while.
Right. And then Mateo, we haven't seen how Davenport's going to play on this defense. Evans, you have a point with the injuries, but let's hope that those clear up. And that's the thing, you can't give up on a draft pick that early, especially a guy who did show some flashes. And wasn't Patrick Mahomes the first quarterback who won MVP to win a Super Bowl in however many years? So him being an MVP, we don't need him to be an MVP. We just need him to be able to run this offense well, which he did last year.
Yeah, and I want to say the 13.5 for a bum in Davenport. I think the jury's out on Davenport. Obviously, he didn't look good last season, but the season before he had what was it, 8.5 sacks?
Well, they talked
Something
about
like
how
that.
he had just as many pressures as Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, so I mean, if that 13.5 million, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll probably get a good idea even the first game, but there's a chance that 13.5 is an absolute steal for a guy like Davenport potentially. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm not ready to be like Davenport was trash. The Murphy free agent signing was absolutely gold. There's tons. I think from a free agent standpoint,
gold.
I do think we did pay a lot for Oliver, even though how the whole salary works or whatever, it's not too bad. So I can see where people might say that about Oliver, and now we're sitting here with 4 tight ends, where it's like, all right, we probably did.
Johnny Munt has been the steal of the century. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, but Johnny Munt's definitely been good. But no, I've liked how Quezzi's has handled most of the free agency. Obviously, there's some people who are upset with him extending players or not extending players or whatever. But we'll see. We're gonna get JJ once we get JJ. Which is going to happen 100%. And I know Mateo isn't happy with the Kirk thing. Which Kirk has outplayed that. Kirk has easily outplayed that. Even if
I just can't stand those.
I'm not even a Kirk fan.
I can't stand these quarterbacks that go Pro Bowl 3 of the last 4 years.
He outplayed that contract. It's not even a question.
Right. For sure.
Even though, and then obviously we're going to have 35 million dead cap, but he set us in a good cap situation for this next season when he started in absolute cap hell. So there's only so much he could do. And for what he did in free agency in both years with the cap situation I think there's not a single fan who thought we'd be able to get as many players on this team in either of those off seasons.
Yeah.
With the cap situation.
I'm raising my hand. I was one of those dudes.
Yeah,
I thought we weren't going to
be able to get nothing.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And maybe it's not maybe not cap space for next year, because there is some pretty big dead cap hits there.
That's why I'm saying 2 years.
But yeah, 2025 though, that's the year that they can make some hay. And if they decide it, and here's the thing, if they decide to stick with Kirk, and he agrees, $35 million a year for the next 2 seasons, love him or hate him, that's a good rate for a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who's going to play all the games, who's going to win you some games if he keeps playing like he did this last year. Because obviously, if he doesn't play like he did this last year, they probably won't bring him back, right? But if he duplicates that and maybe even improves on it, there's a real chance he could end up coming back here.
Yeah, I'm not a Kirk fan.
I'm not a Kirk fan. Popularity contest.
Kirk Cousins is definitely playing.
Kirk Cousins won a popularity contest to get in the Pro Bowl. He deserved that Pro Bowl. Even if I didn't think he's going to bring us to a Super Bowl, I still think he deserves that Pro Bowl, and he's worth the money that we're paying him right now. And I do think he's going to have his best year in his career this year. I just think there's so many weapons around him, and I'm hoping he dominated that flag football game. He dominated.
Yep.
Winning touchdown to JJ.
Yeah. Right. I don't necessarily agree with the whole he's the reason we can't sign free agents right now. I don't really agree with that, because we're going to be spending a lot of money even with him on the books. So
you can't say it about this year because he's a $21 million cap hit right this year. Next year he's got all this dead money, so it's really you might say that next year, but
right. But
and
like
that's Spielman's fault.
Right, for sure. And it's easier. Like, yes, it's easier to build a team around a rookie quarterback because of the money. Like, you're not paying him a lot of money, but you also have a rookie quarterback, and it's such a question mark. And I get it. I mean, and this is where the conversation goes. Like, it's a question mark. You're not guaranteed to do better than Kirk. And I get then the other argument is, well, you got to be willing to take a swing and a miss sometimes, which I get. But again, this is why being an NFL GM is so hard, and their shelf life isn't very long. Like, the average GM lasts probably a season, if even that. Like a season, I mean, obviously it's got to be more than the season, but an average NFL GM lasts one season, maybe two. So
I'm sure they give a couple seasons. And
I think everybody's gives a 3-season.
It really comes down to I feel like it comes down to how they handle quarterback situations. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Kwesi. I mean, people can say all they want up until this point. I think he's solid. I think he's made progress, especially in the draft from the second year compared to the first year. But if we go into next offseason and we draft this quarterback of the future, if everything is going to rely on that quarterback. If he's a boomer or bust, it could be the difference between everybody loving Kwesi and then Kwesi losing his job. And that's really what's going to come down to. And it seems like that's what it felt like, that is what Kwesi has been trying to get prepared for, is to go draft this quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And at least that's how it feels. At least that's what I want it to be. But a lot of it will depend on, it's interesting to see if Kirk Cousins does have a really big year. And then now KOC, has this new love for Jaren Hall that I didn't really realize until after the third preseason game. But so it'll be interesting to see what happens from that. But I'm thinking that they're going into this offseason still going to grab that quarterback. And then everything with Kwesi is probably going to be based on that.
JJ will be signed during the Gopher game. Hey, I hope so. I hope it happens.
The way that Addison and JJ look in preseason with Kirk, and some of those catches and bullets he's been throwing to him, and I was shocked how fast they developed chemistry, Addison and him.
Yeah.
And that might be just because he's an experienced quarterback, but and then Addison is going to be at the spot. He's going to be at the spot where he needs to be.
And this Kirk Cousins, and just not even on the field, just this Kirk Cousins from just a comfortability and personality standpoint is the best version of Kirk Cousins we've seen since he's gotten here. Now that let's be honest, Zimmer, we all know Zimmer kind of had him under his thumb. And now that he's, allowed to be a little more free with Kevin O'Connell as head coach, we're seeing that.
Fu Manchu.
Right. And being that way off the field is only going to help you when you get on the field, right? Like, it's only going to help you be more loose. It helps him get along with his teammates better. So I just think this version of Kirk Cousins may be the best version of Kirk Cousins anyone's seen in the NFL. And he's 35 years old.
Yeah. And I agree. I have to agree with, Mateo here a little bit. If Kirk stays here for 2 more years, it's fitting because like every other Minnesota men's settling for mid. Kwesi has a lot of work, but drafting didn't help. Drafting this season, I think, helped. And hopefully we go get our quarterback next offseason. Though I do want to say about Kirk Cousins, I don't think if he stays here for 2 more years, if we do draft a quarterback of the future, assuming it'd be different. If we draft one, like we traded up in the top 5, maybe you definitely don't. You're going to start that player over Kirk Cousins. But if you sit around into the 20s and you wait for one of these quarterbacks to stay there, it maybe would be smart to, we've talked about this before, but at that point, I maybe would keep Kirk around as 100% there to get replaced in the future. That would be the whole plan, and you have to make his. I don't know if Kirk
here's
will
the
want
issue
that.
You have though. They got to make the decision before the draft.
That's also true. Yeah,
it'll be, and they'll know.
Right.
That's true. They'll have to know what they're going to do. Are they going to trade? Are they going to know that they're going to trade 3 first-round picks at least to move up in the top 5 to grab one of these top quarterbacks? Or
you don't have a 3rd-round pick either.
Again, I say,
we don't have a 3rd-round pick.
No, we got a 1st, a 2nd, 2 4s, 2 5s, and 2 6s.
Yeah.
Where did our 3rd-round pick go?
I
don't remember.
We might have flipped 3rd-round picks with somebody when we made a trade.
All I know is we need Delvin Cook to go off this season because we should get some compensation for him, and same with Delvin Tomlinson. So we should.
I don't think
Dead money, I
I
think.
don't think you get any for either of them because they cut them.
Well, you cut him.
Yeah,
So.
they have to leave at the end of a free agent
Wait,
at the end of a contract.
Did we cut? We didn't cut Delvin Tomlinson, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
He had void years on his contract.
Oh,
so
he had void. Yeah. He's the guy that had void years.
Well, that part's annoying.
So that kind of. So you don't get anything for.
I thought we for sure Delvin.
That's how we do it. That's the Spielman way.
That's one of the punishments about using void years. They're not. You don't. You
that makes sense.
Because think of that. Honestly, think about what the draft pick. We could have got a third rounder for Kirk if he walks, but no, he's got fucking void years.
Yeah.
Spielman.
Yeah. But also, I mean, I know Jamie, you mentioned, you had mentioned, moving up and getting your quarterback into the top 5. Again, number 15 in over in Kansas City. Over in Kansas
Dan,
City
thank you.
What about Corral? I had him as like the most quarterback ready out of that weak draft class. I liked Ritter better, but
I think Corral was our number 4.
That's Yogi's guy. Yogi likes himself some Corral. Yeah, I think I liked Matt Corral. I thought I'm just surprised that they cut him. I guess. I mean, obviously he was injured for all of last season, and then you bring in a guy like Bryce Young. But for a guy like
that's my thought is that you got 2 guys the same age. It's like
yeah, and they probably haven't got a real look at Matt Corral yet because of his injury.
Yeah,
you can't trade that. You couldn't get a pick for that guy.
I thought you would be able to, man. We'll see. My least 2 favorite words: void years. Yeah. Well, I have a new hate for that word now. Officially today. I knew Levis would be bad. He loves Mayo and now has sponsorship. That's a red flag. Casey, what'd you think about Will Levis?
When I thought he was,
who knows? He could still be good.
I loved him.
He likes him as much as he likes the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
No,
and the Jets apparently.
The Detroit Lions. I'm annoyed with all that.
And the Jets apparently.
I used to be a Jets fan when I was younger. I was a Mark Sanchez guy when I first started watching football. I don't know why. He was
what did it for you? Was it the butt fumble?
Yeah, just immediately.
Oh God. Oh well.
Or did you
I didn't mind the Jets. I thought it was cool. And
or do you have a foot fetish like their head coach?
Yeah, right.
That's what's funny is like you almost went to the Jets, just another shitty organization that can never win.
Yeah, though I don't know, man. I think that Aaron Rodgers led Jets team is going to be pretty. I think that's going to be pretty interesting over there. It sounds like he's looking pretty good up to this point.
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
With Jared Hall for QB1.
Did you see that video clip from against the Giants when someone was mouthing off to Rodgers? Like, I don't know who you are. Who are you?
That's always the big power play. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, Sarah, that is true.
Casey loves the Sanchez.
What'd Sarah say? Remember, not even have to move.
I mean, that is true, but normally, like a lot of those quarterbacks, if they do end up being as good as they think they're going to be, they do end up moving up into that top 15 range. So
yeah, I think we want to. I mean, Sarah's right. I mean, it's going to be deep, and there's probably going to be some talent around where we pick in that draft. But I'm cool with that. We'll see how this college season rolls out. But I don't know. I want the Vikings to go get their guy, and I know there's zero chance for Caleb Williams. Is already just came in this season.
He's a Cardinal.
As good as
he talked about not entering the draft, right? If he didn't like the team that was going to take him.
Yeah.
Hey, the Cardinals would kind of be a shitty team unless actually they have a good chance to get Marvin Harrison Jr. too if Houston doesn't play well. There's a good chance that they have two top five.
Let's talk about this then. How about a little trade for Kyler Murray then? If
we'll talk about it. I know who's. Oh yeah, I think SK said I bet he's going to be on this team. I know he doesn't.
Before he got hurt, I'd have said sign me up.
Yeah, me too. I was definitely because that 2 seasons ago he looked super good.
And draft the person though.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing with him is if it wasn't for all this, him playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, choose a better.
Telling your coach to F off on the sideline.
Yeah. He just isn't into the game.
Two things though. One, choose a better game franchise. COD sucks. And 2, it sounds like I would tell them that too. It sounds like Arizona was a terrible place to play.
Mateo, no, Dave will appreciate this.
I would go right up to that owner.
That's funny.
What's he say? Dave will appreciate what?
No, Dave will appreciate this. I'd rather have Kirk than Kyler.
You the man. Oh, you know what that deserves? You know what that deserves?
Big Kirkle wakes up dripping like this.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't want a quarterback that doesn't watch tape. We already seen what happened with Jamarcus Russell, and if anyone watched the Johnny Manziel documentary, he was also someone that didn't watch any tape. I want a quarter. You have to have a quarterback that loves football and takes it all extremely serious.
Yeah. I'm excited for week 3.
Different things in mind, but he was still good.
I'm excited for week 3. Get to watch a full game of Drake May when the Gophers play North Carolina. That's gonna be fun.
And we said we play in USC's in the Big Ten now.
Not yet, but they will be.
They will be. Oh, yeah. So that's what you were saying. That'll be interesting when we play USC in the future. Do we play them this year?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. Sober Manziel equals Baker Mayfield.
It's just less.
Actually, that's drunk Manziel equals Baker Mayfield. Or yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I actually will be excited to watch this college season. That's because I am convinced we are going into this draft for a quarterback, and I'll be very disappointed. This will be third year in a row that I wanted a quarterback, and if we don't go out and grab one.
So who are the big ones? Obviously, you got Caleb Williams, Drake May. Then who else? I mean, there's Quinn Ewers from Texas, Bo Nix, I guess his name is up there, and then Sanders.
Was
there one more I'm missing? Oh, McCarthy from Michigan.
McCarthy. Yeah, and there's even been other names. There's even been other names flying around.
See, Bo Nix. Speaking of the Gophers, I feel like Bo Nix has been around for a long time. I remember him for Auburn when the Gophers beat him and Auburn in the Outback Bowl, and I think that was like 2019. So, like, I feel like he's been around forever.
I'm gonna pay attention to some college this year just because of that reason. I mean, I know we have a plan to draft a quarterback. Whether or not he takes over next year is a completely different story. But if we play well this year, hell, we're winning the Super Bowl this year. Well, I don't know. We're drafting 32. I don't think we're gonna get a quarterback. So
we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait for a future first round pick or current Gopher quarterback Ethan Kaliak-Manis decides to step up and become the next guy from Minnesota, and he ends up being a first round pick. I'm kidding. Probably won't get to that point, but
goodness,
what the heck. But yeah, I mean, what else you guys thinking tonight? I mean, obviously,
how about this? I want to know
on the cut stuff.
What team out there that is expected to be good, expect to be like a top team that you think that's going to surprise everybody and not make the playoffs, or to barely make the playoffs? Let's just
the Lions.
The Lions is an easy one.
They count.
No, but no one's okay.
The Lions is an easy one though.
I'm talking about like
an actual
2 seed or
like
1 seed,
team, like a good team, like an actual good team. We got Cowboys here. Gary says Lions.
Yeah.
Cowboys is a fair one.
Cowboys is really fair. I mean, what is going on there? Jerry Jones brings in like a highish profile former first round pick. On the same roster, he has Dak Prescott. I just think that's weird. 49ers, if the Brock Purdy experiment doesn't work out for the 49ers, I could 100% see that. I mean, that defense is fantastic, of course.
The Bills.
But I mean, but yeah, if the quarterback situation doesn't work out, because we saw what happened with a banged up Brock Purdy in that game where he couldn't even throw the ball. So that's an interesting one.
I mean, San Fran, the Bills, the team
Jets,
that I feel like
the Jets is a decent choice, honestly. Like, what if the Rodgers experiment doesn't work out in the regular
season?
Well,
but we want them, but they weren't that way last year, right? But we think they're going to be good, but
and the Bills is a good choice.
The Bills is a good choice.
There is some
because of the turmoil and Josh,
but
Josh Allen took a step back last year, even though they put him on the freaking Madden.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the Jets is a good one based on potential hype. Obviously, I don't even think
they're the Lions. They're the Lions of the AFC.
Yeah, pretty much. Except for, I mean, you put Aaron Rodgers on there, and it's almost like, they should like 100% make the playoffs type situation. But yeah, it's a tough one. I would say, man, I think everyone else had some good guess here. At San Francisco, I just think their defense is so good. I mean,
the Bengals are just too good to miss.
Here, how about this?
Yeah.
What about the hangover of losing the Super Bowl to the Eagles?
That team is just too stacked, though.
I know it's hard to believe.
But looking at this division, how about the Ravens? Because that division is
how
so
many
stacked.
teams? There's a lot of
Lamar
teams
Jackson
that
gets
lots of Super Bowl that didn't make the playoffs the next year.
Or even with all the surrounding talent, if Lamar Jackson shows he's just not a good quarterback to throw the ball, because everybody says wait till he gets receivers. They got him receivers. If it doesn't work out for him this year, then that's a team that could easily miss the playoffs.
That coach from the Eagles is what's his name? Mancini or what's his name?
Sirianni.
He's like the new Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Flipping off the other team during the national anthem or beginning of the Super Bowl.
He's fitting in with the customs of Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, he did it right in front of Hurts, and Hurts pulled down his hand.
Yeah,
good for him. Honestly, he's a good dude. Hurts is a good dude. They should be pretty happy with him.
Jalen Hurts is awesome. AFC is stacked with teams as well as young quarterback talent. Like
the Jaguars.
If you think of any like high profile like young quarterback, they're like 90 some percent are in the AFC. It's kind of nuts.
The Tampa, I mean, if we're talking about number 1 seeds from playoff teams last year that made it, I would see Tampa Bay could definitely miss. The Giants could definitely miss. Seattle could definitely miss.
They had a losing record though last.
Miami should make it.
If Tua stays healthy, Miami absolutely.
Tua healthy. A team in the AFC could miss the playoffs with 10 wins, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So that's a tough division, even though we swept that division last year.
Right.
Because you look at the North, Bengals, Steelers, Ravens. They could all make it. Then you look at that other division with Bills,
Chargers.
Jets, and Dolphins. Like there's 6 teams right there that all have a legitimate shot to make it.
Who's
to the
the
playoffs.
4th team? Bills, Jets, Dolphins.
Bills, Jets, Dolphins. Bills, Jets, Patriots.
Yes.
No, they're not making it.
And would never count out Bill Belichick.
I hope not. I want to be talking mad shit out here in Boston. Man, they're hardcore. It's crazy out here. Everybody's wearing either a Red Sox shirt or a Patriot shirt at all times.
Chargers.
The Chargers are, because here's the thing. A lot of talent on the team. Justin Herbert, obviously. Austin Eckler is really good. Mike Williams, when he's healthy, he's solid. Keenan Allen's older, but he's still a solid veteran. Quentin Johnston. They got offensive linemen there. But it's just I've always thought Brandon Staley holds that team back. I think he's a terrible head coach, takes way too many risks. I think he is what's holding that team back because they're way too talented to make miss the playoffs from when they did make the playoffs last year and blow that huge lead they had. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they kept him around.
Does Casey know his shit?
Yes.
Nah.
There we go.
I just sit at a computer in front of a microphone and talk and hope it makes sense sometimes. But that's all you have to do.
But no, there is. I agree. There is definitely a lot of talent there. But I mean, compared to if you're talking like the 49ers and the Eagles and the Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs, I would see the Chargers missing it instead of them. But I would probably, if I was going to say another team, Jacksonville, who beat the Chargers last year in playoffs, even though they have Trevor Lawrence, it's hard to believe that that's a really good team. I feel like they still have some holes on that team because it was kind of a surprise for them even to make playoffs last year, and then especially to win that first game.
And Dave, looking at Mateo's comment, wasn't this kind of your argument against? Was that you against Herbert? How
Herbert equals media loved Kirk Cousins, bloated stats, but can you think of a major win for Herbert?
Yeah,
because you said that's what the media says about Kirk all the time, and then
Mateo,
hyping up Herbert.
Are you and me soulmates? Because I've absolutely said this.
No, bro. Go watch. Not last season, but the season before. That last game against the Raiders was one of the best quarterback performances I've ever seen from any quarterback.
And then you go back and watch that Vikings versus Bills game, and it's like the absolute best game I've seen.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you watch that Raiders game where they ended up losing and they ended up not making the playoffs because of it, but Herbert, I've never seen a guy put their team on his back as much as Herbert did in that game, and brought him into overtime and gave him 2 opportunities to score. And I think the kicker missed and just all this stuff. But it was that the one? Was that the one? He has it.
No, Jamie, you got to give credit to the team. The quarterback does not win games or lose games. It's the team.
Jamie,
in this case, it was definitely just Herbert. What's up?
Was that 2 years ago when that
2
tie
years.
would have gotten both the Raiders and the Chargers?
Yeah.
In the playoff? And
Is
then
that the game?
Brandon Staley decides we're going to go win this game, and they turn the ball over or something, and then the Raiders are like, well, we'll go win the game then.
Yeah,
Another reason why
that
Brandon
was
Staley
such a
sucked
bad
at the job.
move.
It was something like that, but that was like the first one with Brandon Staley where it was like, what the hell are you doing? Especially after Herbert, like literally put that team on his back. Like anyone can say that with quarterbacks, like Dave was saying, it's a whole team effort or whatever, but that was like straight up Justin Herbert. That's why I think
the ball boy had to do his thing.
Yeah,
the
true.
water, you know,
he had to make sure he was
the locker room
hydrated.
attendants had to make sure shit was laid out. Is a whole team. That's why they give Super Bowl rings to the lunch lady.
Yep.
There.
And that's why I need to do whatever I can to become a lunch lady.
Who's going to challenge the Cards for the first overall pick? I mean, you would say the Texans, but obviously the Cardinals own their first round pick.
I would say
Panthers. They're
Panthers.
hoping they challenge them.
Panthers. Actually, no, Panthers owe it to Chicago.
I think Chicago could as well. I mean, everybody's hyping up Chicago as a potential.
Chicago has Panthers pick.
You mean Justin Fields, king of the North?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Justin Fields could have a good year this season, but there's no way he lives up to this hype that they've put on him. Yeah, Michael O. Herbert's a stud. I think Herbert's a stud. We'll see some more. I think this will be a big year.
I got him
Herbert.
top 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably where I'd put him.
I think he has all the
hesitant
tools.
because
he does have more to show. He has more to show for sure.
But like the big thing is going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same conversation with Kirk right now. Go win something. Win a couple playoff games. Show us you deserve to be in the conversation of the best.
Right.
We handled him when we played him.
Right. Like look at Joe Burrow. What did he do when people doubt? Like he came into the league like first overall pick, obviously, but one big year in college, and all he did was come in his second season after tearing his ACL and lead his team to the playoffs. Right. Like it's just that's what he needs to do.
I won't start a thing, but you know what? You know, the playoff games is defense only gave up 18 points a game. So it kind of helps. So,
what bad team will surprise us?
Bad team.
Bad team. So last year, Jacksonville could be considered that team. The Lions probably were considered that team. The Giants.
Steelers made
that team.
Steelers didn't make the playoffs, but they had a winning record.
The Giants? Yeah.
The Giants were definitely one of those teams.
Giants,
but they made the playoffs and beat us.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
The Giants are
which was surprising.
Getting a lot of hype, I think. Which sounds weird to say, but I think people are quietly starting to believe. I mean,
I bet you they don't even
Daniel
make.
Jones
Who's in that division? The Giants
fans like
Giants, Cowboys, Eagles.
Daniel.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think Giants
Washington.
I don't think Giants make playoffs this year.
How about Washington? behind the quarterback play of Sam Howell? They potentially.
They got a lot of. There's some talent there.
Saints, right?
The Saints. I think the Saints definitely could be
with Derek Carr. I think they'll be better.
And then if Michael Thomas can be anything close to what he was prior to all this injuries and all this other shit that went on,
but I actually look at
the Pats and the Colts.
Not the Colts.
I don't know if the Colts are quite there yet. The Patriots, man. I mean, for having a coach like Bill Belichick, he really makes some very unimpressive.
What was Baltimore
teams.
Last year? They didn't make the playoffs.
How about the Rams? Like the Rams are those like they're just after their Super Bowl win, they're just completely mid. Like last year, like no one's talking about them right now.
That is true. They
could
be.
And also, did you guys hear the rumor that Matt Stafford doesn't know how to connect with the people on the team? He's too old. Did you hear that?
No.
Whatever. His wife was interviewed that he doesn't know how to connect with anybody on this team. They're all on their phones. He doesn't know what to do.
He has to go to Chili's with Kirk Cousins and Christian Darrisaw.
That was funny, by the way.
Tell me, is there a commercial?
No, it was just Darrisaw was doing a
little interview.
He's like, "Hey, CD, come with me to Chili's. You're coming, right?"
Was that the one where it says Kirk Cousins interrupts Darrisaw during an interview?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah. And I mean, Kirk Cousins, is he older than Matthew Stafford? No. Not quite. How old is
Matthew Stafford was drafted in 09.
I think he's Well,
but also I think
they're not too far off.
No, Stafford
because Kirk's 35, right?
Yeah, Stafford's probably 30.
He's 35. He's 35.
Stafford is too.
Yeah, that's not even that old.
Out of college.
35. How many? 35 years old and you can't connect with other players. I call bullshit
to 22
on that.
Is a pretty big. Jamie, think
that's pretty young. I mean, there's other people on their teams closer to his age than
what
that.
we had and what they have now.
I I can't even talk to you two guys outside of the show. So I mean, I don't know how to relate to you fucking guys.
Yeah, Dave. I mean, we got some years between us, and we're killing it every week. So,
dude, I can't wait till the 9th.
Dude, I can't wait. That weekend's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be a sweet Viking experience. In a year or so, the NFC will have 9 rookie quarterbacks start. It's crazy all these quarterbacks coming in and they're just starting right away. His wife is a jerk. The Raiders, I could maybe see the Raiders. I could definitely see them. I just don't feel Jimmy Garoppolo.
I see Aiden O'Connell starting by week 15.
The manager of my comic book store is a Raiders fan. He's expecting 5 wins.
Yeah. Aiden O'Connell could be the Sam Howell. Well, I guess Sam Howell's right at the end of the year, but he could be that quarterback that the Brock Purdy potentially type guy who comes in.
But that's something
ends up being
something else
actually
I wanted
good.
to do is go back to Washington and just think, like, if Howell can figure it out, you have 2 good receivers in McLaurin. You have a proven commodity in McLaurin, and you also have Jahan Dotson, who's looked pretty good. You have two solid running backs. Defense, if what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. Ohio State. Chase Young. If Chase Young can figure it out along that defense,
yeah,
like they have. And then the rookie out of Mississippi State at corner, we liked him. Manuel Forbes. He's looked solid as well.
Oh yeah. He has been looking.
That
good.
team is one to watch. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think they're going to win their division. They're going to have a tough sledding to get in the playoffs because that division is pretty good. But
I think they could be better than the Giants.
Yeah, I think they'd be better than the Cowboys. I don't like Dak Prescott. That's it.
Yeah, I like Sam Howell is too unproven yet. We got to see more from Sam Howell.
But that's what I'm saying though. If he has a good, like a solid season.
Yeah. Still, I trust Dak Prescott. Prescott has shown good things. He has all
the
those
most interceptions in 14 games.
Yeah, a lot of interceptions. But he showed good things, and now they have obviously CD, but they got Brandon Cooks on that offense.
Peyton Manning through 27 1 year. So
that is fair.
It was his rookie year, but
right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Dak Prescott guy, but at the same time, I don't think he's a bad quarterback by any means. I think he's probably deserving to be a starter. He's just kind of like a Kirk Cousins type situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody
I'm
compares
them.
That.
I think he's overrated, which seems
I
to
think
happen
most
with
people that even on our very Luke cold of Kirk Cousins group, would pick Cousins over Dak Prescott. I don't think there's a single guy. Do you?
I think there is, 100%. Because
you would pick him?
I maybe pick Dak.
Hell no.
I'd be
no.
Are you the only one? Because I don't think SK. I don't think Rap. I don't think Justin. Justin, no.
Justin, probably not. I don't know.
I think Rap has said it before. He likes Dak.
I'm not a huge Dak guy,
he doesn't like Dak.
I'm not a huge Dak guy or anything, but I don't know.
Jamie,
know. It's hard. You told me
a year ago. Vikings next year.
If you told me before last season, there's zero question in my mind I would have taken Dak for sure. But I did like what I saw in Kirk Cousins for the most part last season. I still do think Dak has more ability. Obviously, he's just has some bad decision making and some bad interceptions, but Dak equals black Kirk Cousins. Just ask Amari Cooper.
Non-football related question. Favorite food? Pizza. No doubt.
Pizza. Lame.
Pizza.
We're lame.
I
love
wings,
pizza,
wings, cheeseburgers, anything that's bad for you. Yeah, that's me.
No, dude. I wish I could say something more than pizza, but someone created the perfect food, and it's pizza, and it's just it is what it is.
I think it was God.
I think it was God himself.
Yeah, God. Pizza. I mean, that was one of the biggest G moves of all time.
Oh, goodness.
Italy invented it. The U.S. perfected it.
Exactly.
Gary, what's your favorite food? Yes, we're all serious here. What's your favorite food, Gary?
Are you guys serious? I know we're lame, but pizza's so good.
It is.
I'm telling you for a fact.
Are you going to say what? How about our non-favorite pizza?
Hey, there we go. Coffee and cigarettes.
Oh.
I don't like either of them things. I don't mind coffee. I'm not a huge coffee guy.
This breath smell of coffee and cigarettes. Those are the worst.
Crab legs. Skull Mafia's got crab legs. I don't trust black.
Crab legs are good.
I'm not a huge seafood guy.
Work.
I'm not a huge seafood guy.
The only thing I get out of this is chicken. You're gonna have to explain what that is.
The Mexican way. Okay.
Lots of matzo, best frozen pizza. I'm gonna get crucified for this. Jack's Supreme frozen pizza. It's hard no matter when you eat it.
So
I'm a Jack's guy.
I love myself some Jack's, but I like lots of matzo.
It's too much matzo for me.
It is my favorite, and you have to be from Minnesota to even know about this. Is Kettle River. I don't even know if it makes it down to Minneapolis in the cities area, but Kettle River I think it's out of Sandstone, Minnesota, or up there somewhere in that area. That's a really good frozen pizza. Pizza and football go hand in hand. Yeah, pizza, beer. Even though pizza and beer don't really work well with the stomach, but
Spanish rice and chicken. Oh, which sounds delicious to me. I'm in.
I never ate. I ate more rice in my first year of marriage than I did my entire life marrying a Spanish girl or Latina. More rice than I could ever even hope to think about again.
I bet you never had a garbage plate.
People would say most things I cook are
growing up.
plates.
I had tons of rice. My mom had rice. We put rice. I didn't know this wasn't a normal thing, but we always had rice and chili. And my dad later on was like, I don't know anybody who puts rice in chili, but my mom does. So I've always had it growing up.
My dad wanted liver.
Yeah,
like we have liver, and I'm like, what? This is
great.
terrible.
I love steak. Steak is so good.
Yeah,
Gumbo is
good steak.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Food,
when I'm eating healthier, steak is like my number one. Because I'm a normal.
What temperature of your steak? Everybody in the chat. What temperature?
Medium rare, 135.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm more of. I like one. I pull it off at 125.
The reason I say medium is because the cooks undercook steak because you can always send it back.
Yeah,
but they can't send. They can't fix up overcooked steak. Yeah, so when I say medium, it comes out pretty red.
I want it.
Favorite?
Yeah, medium rare all the way. Gary with the rare.
Let's lump this back into football. Favorite game day food? Can be snack, can be meal.
Pizza. Yeah. It's pizza, man.
Dude, I don't know. If I'm at a bar, I'm loving some wings. Like
right. Sometimes you got to go wings.
If I'm at a place that they're good.
I'm a full-on apps guy. Chips and queso.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
I mean Rotel mixed with Velveeta cheese type queso. Wings, onion rings.
I got spinach dip. I got
spinach
cheese.
Dip's good.
Mozzarella sticks. I got
mozzarella sticks. Oh yeah.
Appetizers,
cheese
curds, beer,
and
a Vikings W makes me happy.
Is that a W?
Man. So like I don't really eat a lot of I don't eat a lot of carbs. I don't eat a lot
here we
of
go.
bread.
Kidding.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of that stuff.
He's been jacked like this his whole life.
I'm not even jacked. I just eat like that. But I can eat wings, so I can eat wings. I can eat that stuff. But that's why I'm not going to carry about a diet on that one weekend. So I'll definitely be going after the pizza for sure.
Man, some people don't do nachos right, man. People do not. These restaurants do not do nachos right.
I've had some good ones, but
if you go to a Mexican restaurant, they do freaking nachos right. But
I think the best thing about going to a Mexican restaurant is when they give you chips and salsa when you get.
Well, here's the problem: they put all the chips down, and then they put the toppings up at top, and half the chips have no shit on them, nothing on them.
Yeah,
you gotta layer it.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Serious Larry with the lobster. This dude ain't messing around.
Oh, dude, I like some lobster. Go to Outback, and I know it's not the greatest steak place in the world, but
lobster.
Go when they have like $24.99 where you get a steak and a lobster. $24.99. That's all.
Poontang pie. I don't know what that is.
Is that something we can talk about on YouTube?
Earmuffs.
Is that a YouTube?
Yeah, we might. Yeah, we
JJ, are you still here?
We might get flagged for that.
I have a feeling that it's like real.
Do that on One Bar Lupicus show. I'm sure they'll talk about poontang pie.
Salt or sweets or both? Both for sure. Well, salt and beer. Beer's sweet to me.
Every time I go sweet, it usually takes me over the edge. I like it.
Clam chowder. You
should come out here to Boston. Salad.
Any Caesar salad, I love it.
New
I
England.
like
clam
breadsticks
yeah.
at Olive Garden.
In Boston, it's all about those lobster rolls and the clam chowder. I'm not even a seafood guy, but I've had 2 lobster rolls and
Love lobster
a couple,
rolls. I like them.
couple
You like them
cups.
cold or warm?
Lobster
I haven't had a warm.
roll?
I haven't ran into a warm one yet. I haven't ran
Yeah.
into a warm one yet.
I had a food truck one, and that was
Chowder
they
rules.
cooked it warm.
Yeah, Digits. I'm in Boston right now,
Chowder.
so I'm figuring. I already knew. Obviously, I knew about the clam chowder from Boston, but we're definitely. I didn't realize how big seafood here is in general. Like everywhere, is seafood, pretty much. Here, I need to look up these garbage plates that you're talking about. Oh yeah, it literally says Rochester when I type it in.
You guys know what Chislic is?
Sounds familiar.
Let me put up
Ooh.
Great
Dang,
cash,
what the
homie.
heck?
Great cash, homie.
So what are these garbage plates? It's like mac and cheese with chili, with cheese sauce, with meat. It's just like a bunch of things that they just put on a plate and like put gravy over it type of thing. Does look good. Hey, 2 evils in the building. Hey, fellas, let's see if Quezzy gets waived next with no concern for improving the O-line. I don't think
There's a move still to be made.
there's concerns. Jamie, congrats, Boston. Now you can watch real basketball unlike the Timberwolves. Oh,
22 points for Team USA this morning.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Led by, Anthony Edwards is the future of the NBA. So,
I mean, we had JJ, Anthony
Thanks to
Edwards.
Evo, by the
We
way.
used to think
Royce
Byron
Lewis.
Boston, but not so much anymore.
Now it's Royce
but-
Lewis.
it's Royce Lewis.
Royce Lewis,
Real
yeah.
Kaprizov,
He's making the cup.
Justin
Kaprizov,
Jefferson.
Jefferson, Anthony
I got
Edwards.
3 autographs of Royce Lewis in person. Or 4 if you count my kid's glove.
My
Royce
dog
Lewis
loves
is a
Wagyu beef. I've never had a real. I've
Dude,
had things that where people tell me I've had Wagyu or whatever, but I've never had like a real, for sure, like nice steak.
so the
Wagyu
only
steak.
Wagyu I ever had is like last week. I go to Arby's and they have a Wagyu beef cheeseburger, and it was pretty damn good. I decided to go back a couple days later. Oh, we don't have that anymore. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Dude, I want to go straight to Japan and grab
Arby's
one of
can't be
those.
getting rid of stuff.
I'm like, oh, and they're not known for their burgers, but they had a Wagyu beef burger, and it was really freaking good.
Yeah. Now you guys got me hungry.
Right?
I didn't eat before hopping on here.
Okay, who's everybody's favorite beer? What's your favorite beer?
Anthony Edwards will be great in Celtics jersey. Yeah, stop it, Mateo. You better not
Favorite-
that shit
favorite-
off right now.
Favorite beer? Nothing tops an ice cold Michelob Golden
Nope.
Light.
Know what mine is? Mine is Dasaki's lager with a lime.
I'm
Love it.
I'm
On
Modelo
draft.
or Blue Moon with a
Nice.
lemon in it.
Oh, a lemon.
Ooh,
Lime in
Mafio's
it.
Blue
Sorry,
Moon.
lime in it.
Okay.
Instead of an orange?
Sorry, orange. One
Yeah.
of those fruits
It's
with an orange in it. God, I
But
got
if-
confused there.
If I'm
Mine
not
is purity
drinking a
pale
Golden
ale.
Light, it would definitely my favorite like craft beer that I've kind of.
I didn't like it, so my dog
is
ate it.
Pistachio cream ale. Those are pretty good.
Anchor Steam. Sierra Nevada is nice. Yeah, there's some good Sierra Nevadas. Before I die, I can't wait. I like variety of craft beers. Pretty much, I'll drink
I'm
anything.
a
like
Budweiser man. I'm a
I'll
Bud
go-
Light man.
I'm not a huge domestic guy. I get I like the lighter
not.
beer. It's usually because I'm eating freaking pizza and other shit. And then if I drink like anything too thick, it's just hard to drink. But I'll go all over the place. I'll do some IPAs. I'm not a huge hoppy guy, but I'll even go to some stouts and I'll drink sours.
What have you been drinking recently, Jamie?
Nothing. I don't mess with seltzers at all.
No, I've never seen you
No, I
drink
drink
a
seltzers
ginormous,
sometimes,
a
but
ginormous
Fruit does not
High Noon.
belong in beer. That's what everybody says, but I don't know, man.
Hold
I
it.
do
Hold it.
enjoy
There's a
sour
lot
beer.
of beer that's got like orange peels. Like they were like made with orange peels. So it's
Have you
like-
guys ever tried smoothie sours before? Like
Yeah,
thicker
they're-
sour beers? Those are
Yeah,
really good.
I'm not as big on those compared to like a regular sour.
Mhm.
I don't know why.
We still have 27 people in here.
But I
listening to us
like-
talk
I
about
like-
food and
talking
beer.
about
I
this
love it.
dumb
Yingling.
stuff.
Yingling is good. That's what the first brewery in America. I do like a Yingling in a bottle. Most things
I used to like
but
Yingling and I used to like Stella, but then I found
I like
Modelo
Stella.
and I was like, okay, I'm sold.
So with Modelo.
And then
See,
Blue
I like
Moon
the.
at
Dude, I'm
Chili's.
telling you, go if you get into a Dosaki's lager on draft. It is so good.
One of my friends calls it
Dosaki's lager.
by the way.
I like
Dosaki's
Dosaki's.
lager.
I like Dosaki's is
draft.
better than Modelo's Mexican, so
Yeah. And
One
I
of my
think
friends, by the way,
Dosaki's-
calls Dos Equis. So
no.
the beer I probably hate
Yeah,
the
it is.
most is what's it called? Heineken.
I've never had. I can honestly
have,
never tried a
but
Heineken.
Miller Lite
Gives
I
me a
hate Miller
headache.
Lite.
It's like
I
I
hate
don't know what's
Miller
about
Lite.
it.
Miller Lite was my
Hate it.
go-to when I first started drinking for some reason. I don't know why.
I hate Miller Lite so much. I haven't had the Bush peach. I actually know it's a
I
really good
tried
beer. Line and Kugel Summer Shandy.
My-
It's
one of
that's a
my-
I
lemon
think
beer.
every
beers
time
that
Skol
I
Mafia
love Summer Shandy.
comments, it's like gotta
Summer
have a
Shandies are
rating.
good. Summer
Yeah.
Shandies
So
are
I
good.
didn't love the peach one. I really like Busch Light Apple though. I thought Busch Light Apple was delicious.
That shit gets too sweet.
It does, but that first one is always good.
Digits. E&J. Yingling sounds like the name of a panda. It's funny because that beer's just literally been around forever.
It's the oldest
All
brewery
beers.
in the
Skol
United
TY,
States.
what do you like? Tomato juice and beer, olives. I'm not a tomato juice and beer. I'm not a tomato juice person, really.
I get it.
I
but-
do not like Bloody Marys. No, thank you.
I get it, but I just
Yeah.
Dude, don't.
I don't prefer it.
Coronas in a can is nasty. I don't know why there's a big
Coronas in
difference.
general is nasty.
I don't mind if you have a lime. You gotta have a lime with some of those.
And you
Favorite
gotta
dessert.
drive a fast car and sit outside a house with your family to be able to drink Corona.
I'm gonna say my favorite dessert is cheesecake.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, dude. I like Moscow Mules. Moscow
Mule.
Mules, those are super good. That's like my wife's favorite drink by far. I can get on that. By the way, hey, let's get this card up. Let's get this card out of the way. Again,
Yeah.
everybody in here. We're giving away this Justin Jefferson Prism rookie. This is one of the best cards I've given on this show. This is a really nice card here. Hashtag Skol in the comments if you haven't already. Like the channel, subscribe to both our channels, all that good stuff. You have to be here to win. You have to be here to win. I apologize for those other people that might have left because we were talking about our favorite foods and all that stuff. But hey, it is what it is. Whoever stays gets a chance to win this Justin Jefferson rookie card. Yeah, I'm excited to give this one away.
And an old insurance card of mine. And an old insurance card of mine.
And scissors and
a box cutter,
a box cutter,
and an HDMI.
I'm not giving any of that shit to you.
And
it's
the Air
all a
Jordan
joke.
sticker. No, I thought you're joking about that.
I'm not real. I am
Yeah,
AI
keep 'em coming.
David.
So this is the card I just got today.
Not real.
Vo Vinges.
This is the card I
Skol
got today.
Vintages.
Right here. This is a CJ Ham select out of 10. And the thing with CJ Ham is there's only score and select 1 year were the only time anyone ever made any CJ Ham cards. So this is actually one of the best.
That's a nice looking card.
This is one of the best CJ Ham cards ever made.
And pair that with super glue that I used to fix my headphones finally. There you go.
Is this Jefferson guy any good? Dude, he's supposed to be. He has a lot of potential. I'm hearing out of training camp.
He was on the bubble on this
he was
one.
on the. Unfortunately, he didn't. I don't know why. Quezzy's always quiet about everything, but he didn't get any playing time in the preseason, so that's not the best thing.
Yeah, I'm cutting a guy who did not get one catch in the preseason.
Yeah, not one catch, but I mean, this card is still pretty good though. It is still pretty good. Skol TY.
That sounds like a personal question.
She does sometimes. I don't think she asks for it, but if there's a mule on there and they ask and there's like mint in it, I would say she probably would count that as a plus. She likes mojitos and stuff too, so I would say she would definitely like that.
Do you know who else likes
Mojitos are good. I'm in like the home of it.
Do you know who else likes mojitos?
Who's that?
Blue Mountain State Mountain Goes linebacker Thad Castle.
Thad Castle
Loves himself.
Dude, that was so
a
great.
mojito.
Yeah, Blue Mountain State classic.
I missed that
Classic.
show.
Me
The
too.
movie sucked, but the show was amazing.
And it was funny that he actually showed up to one of the drafts. That
Mhm.
Castle.
Yep. Oh, it's
Great
amazing.
show. Great show. Love me some Ham and Cheryl's. What's that? I don't think I heard about that one.
Like CJ Ham and Marcus
mojitos are good.
Sherrills.
Oh, love me some ham.
Mate,
Yeah, that's what. It's that was perfect though.
By
I had
the
a
way,
real bad.
By
the way,
I had a real
mojitos,
bad
that's my
mojito
go-to.
one time.
remember when
vacation
people
drink.
didn't really like Marcus Sherrills, and now we haven't had a good punt returner since Marcus Sherrills?
Yeah, I know. We still. I mean, hopefully Brandon Powell ends up being that guy for us.
I think he's all right.
Marcus Sherrills was a
Brandon
stud.
Powell or
Mhm.
Cheryl's.
Well, Sherrills was a stud.
Well, Cheryl's was pretty darn good for a
Yeah.
while. We tried to bring him back, remember? And he cut him.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got 20 spot right here.
Wow.
We'll watch Ham here in Sioux Falls, Augustana
His
University.
second,
Let's
his
go.
second home, by the way. His second home.
Yeah.
Minnesota #1. Don't listen to Dave.
Specifically, Denfeld,
In this
class of 2011.
in the old hotel pen that my parents used to own, Wagon Wheel Inn in Springfield, South Dakota. Throwing that in.
Ooh,
Mateo, yes.
that
I
was
do remember
amazing.
that.
My childhood home pen.
Holes in the condom scene. JJ, close your eyes.
What did he say? What did he acknowledge? And then he got the little pat on the butt. That's all he wanted to do was have Alex Moran slap him on the butt. That's all he wanted.
That's it. Skol Mafia's getting this card. Yeah, dude, this is a good one. I'm telling you. Like, I honestly, I was thinking about getting this graded, which maybe I should have, because this card, if you get it graded and comes back a PSA 10, you're talking a couple $100, probably.
Even more, yeah.
This thing
And
is.
you're getting it for
this
free.
is a good card.
And
yeah,
you're getting
I
it
know.
for
I just
free
happened to
for
grab
watching.
this one today. I was saving it. People are throwing money at us right when he came in here, and we were a little bit late, so I was like, all right, I'll run this. But I was going to save this one.
And we got t-shirts now. We have some
Oh yeah,
There you go.
t-shirts.
I just entered the contest.
Dave's
Hashtag
entered.
Skol.
Whoa, that's not what I want. Yeah, what Casey said.
Hashtag
We got t-shirts in the building, and
Yeah, Skol
we
Mafia.
spent a lot
for
of
2
money
years.
on them because we bought very nice ones, and probably aren't going to make anything from them, but
We're probably gonna lose from them, to be honest.
yeah. But
That's
hey,
all right.
they're nice quality t-shirts.
They
so
are. They're very nice. This was super comfortable.
I know. I need to get one. We're gonna have some during Skol Fest and stuff too that we'll be bringing as well. So we have to still figure out what our price tag on those will be.
$500 per t-shirt.
Yeah, at least. I know one of these times we'll have to give away one of those t-shirts on here.
I'm gonna get it autographed by the GG boys, and then I'm gonna get it authenticated.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. I mean,
I'm
that thing could be.
gonna swab your nostrils, each of you.
I'll give you
I'm
10
gonna
bucks
send
for
it out to
Give it
PSA.
I'll give you $10 for it. Hey, maybe someday. Seriously. All right, let me bring this back up. All right, let's run this thing. Justin Jefferson, Prism, rookie card. This is a good one. It's going to hurt me a little bit getting rid of this one, I think. 1 or 2 stitch tees.
I don't know.
really know what that means.
I don't know either.
Apparently they're comfortable though. 1 or 2 stitch. I don't know. We'll just go with whichever one's better. 2 stitch.
All right. You ready?
Good Lord, hope they sign that for that money. All right, let's run this thing. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Who we got? You got to be in this chat. We're going to follow that rule. We just got him. That's just how it's going to go. So we got Too Evil. Too Evil. You're in here, right? Oh, he wrote in here. I want proof it hurts you, G. There needs to be blood on the card.
There will be, and we'll send it right to you.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the blood in person.
Oh, yeah. That's what you want.
Like that one card you guys gave away.
You want blood? I mean, the value will probably go down if I get blood on there, but it is gonna hurt. Just know that it hurts. Just know that it hurts. I'm gonna miss this card, but it's going to Too Evil, who is always hooking it up and being very supportive. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Even though I still don't know if I can take him seriously, but
I even got you a sound Too Evil to Hope in the future.
Oh
yeah.
okay.
It's just Too Evil. Too Hope gets his own sound.
I got you a sound.
Let's go. Too Evil. Let's go. And then, yeah, I think me and you we're on Twitter. That's right. We're talking on Twitter.
All right. Anything else that we need to discuss before we hop off here?
No, one more week of shows, and then tomorrow we have. I think we have we definitely do, but I think Dave, you probably have a show tomorrow as well.
I was thinking of doing my drive on Thursdays too.
So Dave's drive tomorrow potentially, and then we're gonna be on Purple and Skol Media tomorrow for our sports betting show.
When's your show?
That's at 6.
It'll be done just in time for Gopher football.
Yeah.
Oh, your show's at 6?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably not doing it then.
Is that when yours would be?
Oh, you're saying 6 Central?
Central.
Yeah, 6 Central.
Okay, I could do the drive still.
Yeah.
I don't want
6 Central.
I don't want to compete with the magnificent, stupendous GG boys.
Yeah.
Not many people do.
Not many people do.
Yeah, so if I go
Thanks,
at 5 Central, you guys go at 6. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'll try to end it right at 6 then.
Good night, Digits. Thanks everybody for popping in. We appreciate you all.
Oh yeah,
Is Too Evil still here? Too Evil, you still in here?
Commented, yep.
No problem, Too Evil.
Yeah, he said, "I am almost always serious." Okay, I'm almost always. I'm always. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm almost always serious sometimes.
Oh goodness.
I'm serious 100% of the time, 50% of the time.
100% of the time, or 50% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh God! But all right, anything else then before we hop off here?
I think
we're good. Thanks everybody for hopping in.
Yeah,
anybody who dropped any donations for either GG Sports Podcast or Minnesota Sports Talk, we really do appreciate that. It means a lot here. Thank you guys for joining us again. Yeah, like they said, don't miss Dave on his channel tomorrow night, and me and Jamie on Purple and Skol. And then next week we get into some pregame football talk, and I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a fun week. So thank you guys so much for hopping in, and we will see you next time.